acidic proton is acidic proton is on hydroxyl group. Acidic proton is on hydroxyl group with an oxo group attached to the same atom. So best example of this kind is carbonic acid. What is carbonic acid? H2CO3. Carbonic acid. How its structure looks like? Look at this. H2CO3, right? Look at this. So according to this oxo acid definition, look at this. An acidic proton is on hydroxyl group. These are the acidic proton, and these are hydroxyl groups attached to the oxo group. This is called oxo group. C double bond O group is called oxo group. And these protons are acidic in nature. They can be ionized easily. How they are going to ionize? Suppose H2CO3 is undergoing ionization. What happens, guys? H plus and HCO3 minus. This HCO3 minus also further undergoes ionization. You will get H plus and CO3 2 minus. So the two protons were removed, right? Here is one, here is one. They are acidic protons. Okay. And you can also have another example of this kind. Not only carbonic acid, you can also have sulfuric acid. H2SO4 have the same properties. And the properties of them are they are soluble in water. They are soluble in water and thermally stable. They are thermally stable. Okay. We have two types of carbonates are here in this thermally stable. Are you noting down these things?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Please note down. Okay. Now, or take a screenshot of this. Next, I'll talk about thermal stability of carbonates. Okay. Carbonates. Carbonates and bicarbonates. First, I'll discuss about carbonates. Okay. What is the formula of carbonates? Lithium carbonate, Li2CO3. The general formula of the carbonate is M2CO3. This is the general formula of carbonates. Lithium carbonate, sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate, rubidium carbonate, and cesium carbonate. As you are going down the group, the stability of carbonates increases. Stability of carbonates increases. From left to right, the stability is increases. Here the reason is very simple. As you are going down the group, size of the cation increases. So electropositivity character increases, right? So large size cation, large size anion. Cesium is a very big cation and carbonate is also little bigger. So large size cation, large size anion get easily stabilizes. So stability increases down the group. But out of this, lithium carbonate is least stable, right? Lithium carbonate is least stable. On heating, it decomposes easily. Li2CO3. Upon heating, look at this, how it is decomposing. Lithium oxide and carbon dioxide is formed. How it happens? Look at this here. There are two lithiums attached to one oxygen. So carbonate is there. Okay, lithium carbonate. So now here it will break like this. So what is the product on this side? Lithium oxide, and on the other side carbon dioxide. So due to thermally unstable, this is one small heating, it will decomposes to lithium oxide and carbon dioxide. Okay, next one.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, you wrote CS2 plus na, sir. Will that charge be affected to the whole atom?
charge.
Sir, you wrote CS2 plus na, sir, at the last.
Okay, okay.
Would that charge be affected to the whole atom, or it's just you wrote to represent CS2 plus?
There, no, CS2 plus is not possible with first group elements. So you will take 2 moles here, then the charge will balance. Okay. Understood now? Next, I'll talk about first group elements will not form +2 charge. Okay. So next, I'll talk about bicarbonates. Bicarbonates, general formula of bicarbonate is MHCO3, metal bicarbonates, and their stability also increases down the group. So first, lithium bicarbonate you can take, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, and a cesium bicarbonate. Okay, their stability also increases down the group. What is happening? Stability increases down the group. Okay. Here, one important property of lithium bicarbonate is lithium bicarbonate is in liquid state, remaining all this only in liquid state. So lithium bicarbonate is in liquid state. The reason is due to diagonal relationship with diagonal relationship with magnesium atoms. Okay, how they are diagonally placed? Yes, lithium is the first group element and magnesium is the second group element. They are diagonal elements, right? Remaining all is a liquid state. Remaining all bicarbonates, remaining all metal bicarbonates or exist as solids. Okay. So this is an important point. Now how they will decompose is on heating. So their decomposition on heating is this: 2 moles of metal bicarbonate I am taking. On heating, they forms first metal carbonates, then carbon dioxide and water. These are the byproducts. So metal carbonates here is the decomposition. They form metal oxides and carbon dioxide. Here metal bicarbonates on decomposition, metal carbonates, carbon dioxide and water is forming. Okay, not done that. Take a screenshot or note down fast. Okay, guys, shall I remove this? Next concept is
Harper to scroll down for a minute.
hmm?
Scroll down for a minute, sir.
Sure. Wait a minute. Okay, now done. Next, I'll talk about some abnormal properties of lithium. Abnormal behavior of lithium atom. So what are they and why it shows abnormal behavior? Okay. Lithium is having abnormal behavior. The reason for them is the first most important reason is this is very small size due to very small size. Okay, very small size both in atom case and in ionic case due to the very small size. First thing. Second one, it is having high polarizing power. It is having high polarizing power. Polarizing power means it is a charge to radius ratio. Charge to radius ratio. Okay, so what is the main reason for abnormal behavior of lithium? Due to very small size and high polarizing power. And third one, it is also in diagonal relationship with, and it is also due to diagonal relationship with which element? Which element it is in diagonal relationship with? Magnesium.
Magnesium.
Right? Okay. So due to this abnormal behavior, it is having special characters. So what are the special characters? So special properties. So the properties of lithium now. Okay, one by one we'll discuss. First one. So lithium is it's actually really is a much harder element. Okay, it is a harder element. Second point is it is least reactive. Least reactive, but it is the strongest
Sir,
reducing
what is
agent
the
in
first
periodic
point, sir?
table.
Harder elt, sir.
Element, that is.
Okay, sir.
And it is least reactive, but lithium is the strongest reducing agent of all, right? Strongest reducing agent in the periodic table. On lithium, on combustion with oxygen, what it will form, guys? Lithium oxides, Li2O, right? Sorry, 1 second. Just balance this equation. Okay. And on reaction with nitrogen, what it will form, guys? Lithium nitride. This we have already done, right? Li3N. Lithium nitride it is forming. Unlike other alkali metals. Other alkali metal forms oxides, superoxides, and peroxides, right? But they form only oxides. Lithium form only oxides with atmospheric air and forms nitrides with atmospheric nitrogen. Lithium nitride. Okay. And fourth property, lithium chloride is a deliquescent. It is a deliquescent in nature. Deliquescent means it absorbs moisture from atmosphere, and it dissolves in it. It absorbs moisture from atmosphere and dissolves in it. Okay, that's what lithium chloride always exists as hydrated form. What is meant by deliquescent, guys? It absorbs moisture, water molecule, and it exists as hydrated molecule always. And other alkali metals, they do not form these hydrates. Only lithium can form this because of its deliquescent nature. Okay, next, fifth property. And you know that lithium bicarbonate is always exist as a liquid, and remaining all exist as solids, remaining bicarbonates. This also we have done, right? Note on these things faster.
So could you scroll up, sir?
Scroll up. Okay, finished?
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Make it fast, guys. And lithium does not react with uh, acidic protons. Like suppose if you have ethane, these protons are acidic, right? But if sodium is there, suppose this sodium can easily replaces that acidic proton. C minus and Na plus will form. Whereas lithium reacts, but sodium reacts, but lithium does not react with these acidic protons. Okay, that is one abnormal behavior of it. Okay, next, seventh one, lithium nitrite. Lithium nitrate, LiNO3. What is the name of this? Lithium nitrate. On heating, on heating, it will give you lithium oxide and nitrogen dioxide and oxygen also. You can take 4 moles of this. But whereas other nitrates, like other than lithium, sodium nitrate, if you take, I'll give you the difference now. NaNO2 and oxygen, they are forming. So what is the difference between these two decomposition reactions? Lithium nitrate on decomposition forming oxides. And here sodium nitrate does not form oxides. There is no oxides here. That is a basic difference between lithium nitrate decomposition and other nitrates of the group. Okay.
Sir, can we further decompose the NaNO3, NO2, sir?
No, Ra. One second. చెప్పండి.
Sir,
క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది మేడం. ఆన్లైన్లో జరుగుతుంది ఆ క్లాస్. లింక్ పంపించమనండి, జీవన్ ఫోన్ చేయండి మీరు. మీకు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ రాలేదా? సీనియర్స్ కాదు మేడం, జూనియర్స్. ఓకే గైస్. What happened, Ra? What happened to this? Okay, can you see this now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next
Yes,
we'll
sir.
move to another point. 7 points are over.
Sir,
Next 8th point. Yes.
Sir, can we further decompose the NaNO2, sir?
No.
To form on
Here it will stop.
Na2O, sir.
No.
It's itself
Here,
is the stable
the-
form in general STP, sir.
No, this reaction is happening at little high temperatures, not at STP. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Lithium fluoride and lithium oxide. Okay. Or comparably much less soluble in water. They are less soluble in water. When compared to other metal fluorides and metal oxides. Less soluble in water. Is this over? Not done that. Next, we'll move to another concept. Next, the diagonal relationship with magnesium. Diagonal relationship with magnesium atom. Okay, what happens in this case? Both lithium and magnesium are harder. Okay, that point is already covered. I will try to cover some new points here. They both forms nitrites on reaction with atmospheric nitrogen. Lithium on reaction with nitrogen, what it is forming, guys? Just now we have done. It forms Li3N, lithium nitrate. Same like magnesium will also form. Magnesium on reaction with nitrogen, they form magnesium nitride, Mg3N2. Second point is both oxides, lithium oxide and magnesium oxides, both of them are less soluble. Due to the diagonal relationship only, it is happening. Both of them are less soluble. Next, third point. Both lithium chloride and magnesium chloride, MgCl2, are soluble in ethanol. Soluble in ethanol. Both lithium chloride and magnesium chloride are deliquescent. What is mean by deliquescent? They absorbs moisture from the atmosphere, right?
This absorbs moisture from
They
gas and
exist as
decomposes
hydrated
into-
molecules. So lithium exists as this 2 hydrated and magnesium exists as 8 hydrated water molecules. Okay, so this is about the diagonal relationship best reasons. Not done them. Now we'll go for some important compounds of first group elements. Not done there. Shall I remove this spot?
No, sir.
Girls, at what time you have break?
8:30, sir.
Boys, for you also 8:30.
Yes,
So,
yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. For
Okay.
also, I put on.
Okay. Next, we'll discuss some important compounds of first group elements. First, I'll talk about sodium. What is sodium? Sodium is 11 atomic number. Mass number is 23. And its important compounds we are going to discuss. The first important compound of sodium is sodium carbonate. What is the formula? Na2CO2. This is also called as washing soda. This is also called as washing soda. And its composition actually exists as Na2CO3, 10 moles of water. Na2CO3, 10 moles of water. This is actually sodium carbonate. I'll also keep 10 moles here. It is exist as hydrated form always. And it is manufactured by, it is having a name, sodium carbonate is prepared by Solvay process. Sodium carbonate is prepared by Solvay process. In this, the principle is, so very, very important point. It is applicable for only sodium carbonate, but not applicable for potassium carbonate. The method I'll explain, okay, but the principle is, what is the advantage of this is, sodium is having low solubility. Low solubility of sodium bicarbonate. So due to low solubility, it precipitates readily. Precipitate in reaction with sodium chloride and with ammonium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, what is this? We'll see. Ammonium bicarbonate. Here, what is the main point here is, the important point in this line is, the low solubility of sodium bicarbonate is taken as advantage in this reaction. So what is this reaction? Let's see. This reaction happens in different steps. Okay. Now I am writing here Solvay process of preparation of sodium carbonate. I'll scroll down later. Just let me complete this. The first step is ammonia is taken in this. Ammonia on reaction with water and carbon dioxide. You will get ammonium carbonate. Ammonium carbonate. And the second step in this is this ammonium carbonate, which is formed in the first step, is treated with some excess amount of carbon dioxide and water again, you will get 2 moles of ammonium bicarbonate. I'll write the names also later. And this ammonium bicarbonate on reaction with the sodium chloride, that gives you ammonium chloride plus sodium bicarbonate. This sodium bicarbonate is a precipitation now. These sodium bicarbonate crystals are forming, and this ammonium chloride which is formed here, okay, is also having some importance that I'll tell you later. Okay, the sodium bicarbonate crystals are taken out, and in the fourth step, that sodium bicarbonate crystals were heated at a high temperature. You will get sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus carbon dioxide
Sir, the screen share has paused.
So you are stuck, sir.
Hi guys, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Actually,
Yes,
suddenly
sir.
power gone. Now, can you see the screen now? It's fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
It's fine.
here, what is the first thing happening in Solvay process? Solvay process is a preparation method for sodium carbonate. That is nothing but washing soda. The first step is ammonia on reaction with carbon dioxide and water. You are getting ammonium carbonate. This ammonium carbonate on further reaction with same composition. First step and second step, both reagents are same. Water and carbon dioxide. Ammonium bicarbonate you are getting. This ammonium bicarbonate on reaction with sodium chloride. What I said, due to its less solubility, you can look at this point. Due to the low solubility of sodium bicarbonate, it precipitates in reaction with sodium chloride. I will remove this point. No need of this. Little confusing. This is okay. So due to the low solubility, sodium bicarbonate, it precipitates in reaction with sodium chloride. So the third step that we are doing now, on reaction with sodium chloride salt, sodium bicarbonate is converting into ammonium bicarbonate is converting into sodium bicarbonate crystal. Why it is becoming a precipitate? PPT. Precipitate means PPT, precipitation, because of its low solubility.
Yes, sir.
Solubility is low. Okay, this bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate, on further heating, you will get sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide, and water byproducts. Here, the important point is this Solvay process is suitable only for sodium carbonate. Okay, you cannot use it for, suppose sodium, what you feel? Na2CO3 and K2CO3, both are same, you feel, right? Okay, both are carbonates only. In the place of sodium, we have just potassium. But this method is suitable for only sodium carbonate, but not for potassium. The reason here, if it forms in the third step, sodium means NaHCO3, potassium means KHCO3. It will not form precipitate. You cannot separate the crystals of potassium bicarbonate. It is completely soluble. The solubility is more for potassium bicarbonate. That's what potassium bicarbonate crystals cannot be precipitate. So precipitation is not possible. It is highly soluble. That's why Solvay process is suitable for only sodium carbonate. Have you understood now? Yes, guys. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
So next, this is about
Sir,
sodium.
what about other ones, sir, like cesium and rubidium?
None of them.
Those are-
None of them are useful for in this preparation. Okay, note down these things. Have you noted down?
So, sir, can we conclude that only sodium bicarbonate forms precipitate?
Yes. Okay. Note down first. So there are four steps. First step, ammonium carbonate formation. Second step, ammonium bicarbonate. Third step, sodium bicarbonate. And fourth step, sodium carbonate. And next point in this is you are getting a sodium ammonium chloride formation in the third step. This ammonium chloride now can be useful for the recover of ammonia. Let's see, I'm writing here. So that is forming at the third step, ammonium chloride. Okay, on simple reaction with the calcium hydroxide, you are getting ammonia, calcium chloride, and water. So here it is 2 moles of ammonia Okay. Now, what is the advantage of this reaction? Guys, look at this. So what is the first reactant we have taken? Ammonia, right? So in the third step, which is formed ammonium chloride, okay, ammonium chloride and reaction with calcium hydroxide, you are getting ammonia as a main product here. This ammonia is recovered. This recovered ammonia, you can use it again. Use this ammonia again in first step. Okay, this is how industry people will recover the ammonia, and again it will injected into the first step. So that is your main reactant in the first step, right?
Yes, sir.
So there is no wastage. Actually speaking, this ammonium chloride is actually a byproduct. From that byproduct, we have created the main reactant, which is useful in the first step. So the wastage is okay, controlled here. Is that over?
Yes, sir.
Shall I remove this?
Yes, sir.
Sir, wait 1 second. Done, sir.
Okay. Next, its properties we'll discuss. Its properties. It is a white crystalline solid. It is a white crystalline solid and always exists as decahydrate. How many water molecules are there? 10, right?
10, sir.
So what is the formula of this? Na2CO3, 10 moles of water. So that's why it is decahydrate. And it is also called as washing soda because it is readily soluble in water. Okay, I'll write here readily soluble in water. Readily soluble in water. Okay, this sodium carbonate Na2CO3 decahydrate on heating at 375 kelvins. 375 kelvins, it converts to sodium carbonate. 1 second. Sodium carbonate with 1 water molecule present in it. And 9 moles of water is gone out. Out of 10, 9 is gone at 375 kelvins. And a further heating of this sodium carbonate to monohydrate. Monohydrate means 1 mole of water is present in it, isn't it?
Yes,
This
sir.
1 mole of water is also removed on further heating greater than 373 kelvins. It converts to sodium carbonate alone, and that 1 mole of water is also lost. So this sodium carbonate without water is called as soda ash. Ash. All water is gone. This is called soda ash. Anhydrous form of sodium carbonate. Shall we write this? Write like this? Anhydrous form of sodium carbonate. If it is a decahydrated form, that is 10 moles of water. Na2CO3, 10 moles of water, right? So that is called soda ash. So this sodium carbonate readily dissolves in water. Na2CO3, I said it is readily dissolves in water, right? How it will dissociate? Na plus and CO3 2 minus. This carbonate part is readily soluble in water actually. This carbonate on reaction with water converts to what? It forms bicarbonate plus H plus. Okay, note down these things. Next, its
Sir,
uses.
please scroll up.
What?
Sir, could you scroll up, sir?
Some
Okay,
properties, sir.
it don't do anything, Ra.
Sir, could
What
you
is its
scroll up for a
first
minute?
use? It is used in water softening. Used in water softening. That is mainly in cleaning purpose. Cleaning and laundries. It is also used in manufacturing of glass. It is also used in manufacturing of glass, soap, and borax, and some caustic soda. This soap preparation, glass preparation, borax, caustic soda, everything will come in our discussion. Don't worry. Okay. This is also used in paper and paints, textile industry. In paper industry, it is used, paints industry, and even in textile industry. Sodium carbonate is used. And it is an important reagent. Okay. It is used as a reagent in qualitative and quantitative analysis. Now done, guys, first. So here, what is the important point? Soda ash. The dead sodium carbonate is called soda ash. Dead sodium carbonate. That means water is removed from them. Girls, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it over?
Yes, sir.
Next one. I'll
can you
talk
show-
about yes.
So can you show uses from first, sir?
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Fine.
Done, sir.
Okay, nice. Next one, I'm going to talk about sodium chloride. Sodium carbonate is over. Sodium chloride. What is sodium chloride, guys? NaCl. It is most abundant in seawater, right? Where it is highly abundant? In seawater, it is highly abundant. sodium chloride. Highly abundant in seawater. See, it is nearly 2.7 to 2.9% by mass. Okay. Out of 100 grams of seawater, you will get 2.7 grams to 2.9 grams of sodium chloride in the seawater. That is the meaning of it. It is mass by mass. Okay. Small w by capital W. Okay, guys. So here, actually, the crude form of sodium chloride, crude sodium chloride is generally obtained by, is prepared by crystallization of brine solution. Now here, what is brine solution? This brine solution means, actually speaking, the brine solution is sodium chloride plus water, seawater. Okay. Brine solution means sodium chloride and seawater. But this brine solution is having some impurities. That impurities are magnesium chloride, calcium chloride, and it is also having impurities like calcium sulfate and sodium sulfate. Here calcium and magnesium chlorides, the first two, okay, they are deliquescent in nature. You know the meaning of deliquescent?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, just to get rid out of these impurities, what they will do is, the sodium chloride, to obtain the pure form of sodium chloride, this complete brine solution is taken in. Complete brine solution is taken, and it is mixed with some amount of water, and it is filtered out. Okay, on filtration, that impurities were removed. Impurities are removed on filtration by mixing with water. Some amount of water is added on filtration, impurities were removed. After impurities removal, impurities are removed. So what I'll do is, okay, this is actual equation, and here on filtration impurities were removed. This is actual equation now. Okay, and the solution is then saturated with the hydrochloric acid. Here we will add some HCl solution. Hydrochloric acid gas is added in the second step. What is the first step? Addition of water, filtration, impurities were removed. The second step, HCl gas is added. So then from this, pure form of sodium chloride crystals will come out. Pure form of sodium and sodium chloride is coming out. Okay, so this is what sodium chloride preparation. This is a very simple method, just a crystallization method. What we are doing, simply adding water to the brine solution. That means sea water we have taken. In that some water is mixed again filtration, impurities will be removed. These are impurities, right? That impurities were removed now. Then HCl is added in the second step. By the addition of HCl, you will get pure form of sodium chloride crystals. You will get. That's it. So here in this, it is having some properties, sodium chloride properties. Its melting point is 1081 kelvins. And its solubility, it is highly soluble, right? It is also used as a table sugar, table salt, right? Solubility is how much? 36.0 grams in 100 grams of water. See, 36 grams you can dissolve in 100 grams of water. That much solubility it is having. Okay. And its uses, one of the important uses is used as a common salt, isn't it? Or it is a table salt also. So it is used in domestic purposes, right? And it is also useful for the preparation of sodium chloride is also used in the preparation of sodium peroxide, Na2O2, sodium hydroxide, and sodium carbonate preparation methods. Okay, so this is about sodium chloride. Please note down these things. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Shall we continue till 9 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Sir, but we have breakfast, sir. So we can't.
9 to 9:30 you can take break. Girls, is that okay for you? Are you feeling hungry?
Yes, sir. Sir, till
Feeling
tiffin
hungry?
not came, sir.
A little, sir.
Okay, you can leave now. Sodium hydroxide will start later. After break, we'll continue, or you will go through these class notes.
So we'll go through the notes.
You can continue.
After break, they won't allow you to use the gadgets, right?
You can use,
We
sir.
can
Or
use,
take
sir.
an online class.
Is that so?
We are
Hello?
allowed till 10,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
They'll allow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, till 10, sir.
Sir, can you put into upsir the starting one?
This one.
No, sir, starting, sir, total starting.
Starting, let them complete this. Please note down these things.
Sir, for BPC students, we are having zoology class, sir.
By PC,
Zoology class we are having, sir, at 9:30.
at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
So what we'll do is we'll continue till 9 o'clock now. 9 to 9:30, you can take break. Okay, that's fine. Now I'll start another important compound of first group elements. Sodium hydroxide. I'm writing here. Sodium hydroxide. What is the formula of sodium hydroxide? NaOH. It is also called as caustic soda. It is also called as caustic soda. Okay. It is prepared from, okay, it's a preparation method we'll see now. Sodium hydroxide or caustic soda. It is prepared by using a technique name called Kastner-Kellner cell. Kastner-Kellner cells. This is the method of preparation of sodium hydroxide. Here in this, what they will take is, they will take, it is an electrolytic method, right? It is an electrolysis method. Electrolysis method means you need to have a cathode and anode. And the cathode here is taken mercury.
Excuse me, sir.
Heg, nothing but. Yes.
Sir, mercury is a liquid, right?
Hmm?
Mercury is a liquid, right?
9
Sir?
o'clock. What?
Sir, mercury is a liquid, right? So how can we use it in cathode?
Yes, it is taken. It
Sir,
will form
it's-
amalgams. Wait for the moment. Okay. Cathode.
Okay, sir.
And here carbon anode is taken. Carbon anode is taken. So cathode is mercury, anode is carbon. In this, the reactions happens at cathode and anode. We'll see now. Now the first thing is reaction at cathode. And we should also take one okay, here in the electrolysis, some solution is taken. Sodium chloride solution is taken. This is electrolyte. We call it as electrolyte. Okay. On passing electricity into this sodium chloride, how it will dissociate? Na plus and Cl minus. This is cation, this chloride is anion. Cation move towards cathode side, right? So this Na plus by taking one electron, and what is the cathode here? Mercury is taken. Okay, so it will form anything that is mixed with mercury, that forms an amalgam, right? So here sodium mercury amalgam will form, or it is simply in the bracket I'll write sodium amalgam will form. It is a solution only now. Sodium amalgam is formed. Next, reaction at anode. The reaction at anode side, anions will come, and this, so you will get half mole of chlorine gas, and when electron is removed, this electron is moved towards cathode. At this cathode, sodium is taken, this electron converting into sodium amalgam. And this amalgam you can take now, that sodium amalgam is treated with water. Sodium amalgam. This sodium amalgam on reaction with water, now that gives you sodium hydroxide, and your mercury is going out now, and hydrogen gas is released. Suppose here if I'll take 2 moles of sodium hydroxide, hydrogen, 2 moles of mercury is going out. That mercury is again coming out. So here is your main product. Sodium hydroxide is the main product here, right? So what is the first step, guys? You are taking an electrolyte sodium chloride. Sodium chloride on passing electricity converting into Na plus and Cl minus. Cations move towards cathode. So here cathode is mercury. So sodium amalgam is forming. What is an amalgam? Anything that is mixed with any metal that mixed with mercury is called amalgam. Okay. Suppose if you add zinc, it will form zinc amalgam. Amalgam means mercury is the composition present in it. Mercury should be there. Mercury should be there. Okay. And this anions comes towards anode side, and chlorine gas, and this is also chlorine gas. So they will ask how the questions are. Sodium hydroxide or caustic soda is prepared by which method? Kastner-Kellner cell. What is the electrolyte used in this? Sodium chloride. And the cathode is used as a mercury. And chlorine gas is released at anode. Amalgam is forming at cathode. And what is the last step? Reaction with water, that you are getting caustic soda. And this sodium hydroxide is a white solid, sodium hydroxide. It is a shining one. It is a white color solid. Okay. And its melting point is 591 kelvins. Please note on these things. And here sodium hydroxide crystals. Sodium hydroxide crystals are deliquescent in nature. They're deliquescent in nature. The sodium hydroxide, suppose sodium hydroxide solution is there like this. And the surface sodium hydroxide molecules reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide. They reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide. The surface sodium hydroxide only. They will form sodium carbonate. Okay. Suppose if you have sodium hydroxide solution, the molecules which are above this, almost at the surface, that the surface sodium hydroxide molecules reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide and forms sodium carbonate. So this is about sodium hydroxide, guys. Note down this. Is this over?
Yes, sir.
Have you noted down?
Yes, sir.
Next, we'll move to sodium bicarbonate. Next compound I am starting now. Sodium bicarbonate. What is the formula, guys? NaHCO3. This sodium bicarbonate is also called as baking soda. These general names are important, guys. It is also called as baking soda because it is used in, bakery industry. Okay. So for baking of these food items is used in this.
Yes.
So why it is called as baking soda? The main reason for that is because this decomposes on heating and generate bubbles of carbon dioxide. Due to the carbon dioxide bubbles. Okay. So carbon dioxide is a gas. When it is trying to escape, it is creating holes in the bread, okay, or cakes. Okay, it is creating holes in cakes or pastries and making them light and fluffy. Making them light and fluffy. Okay. So this sodium bicarbonate, on heating the bread, suppose, it generates carbon dioxide bubbles in the food material. And when it is trying to escape out, it creates holes in cakes and pastries. So then the substance become very light and fluffy in nature. That's what it is called as baking soda. Okay. So this baking soda is preparation method, it is formed by using sodium carbonate, Na2CO3 on reaction with water and carbon dioxide. It will form sodium bicarbonate. This is the only method of preparation for this. Okay, sodium bicarbonate you are getting. Sodium bicarbonate. Bicarbonate is baking soda. Sodium carbonate is washing soda. Sodium hydroxide is caustic soda. Okay, guys. All of them are soda only. Isn't it? So what are their names here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We have different substances: sodium carbonate, sodium hydroxide, sodium bicarbonate. Sodium carbonate is washing soda. Sodium hydroxide is caustic soda.
Caustic soda.
And sodium bicarbonate is baking soda. So these are different, guys. Don't get confused. Okay, next. This sodium bicarbonate is have a special use. It is a mild, used as a mild antiseptic. Mild antiseptic used for skin infections. And another important, this nobody will expect that this will act as a fire extinguisher, but it acts. Okay, it is used in carbon dioxide acts as a fire extinguisher. So here this sodium bicarbonate in the presence of heat, they also produces carbon dioxide bubbles, right? So that's what this is also used as fire extinguisher. So very important point. This is sodium bicarbonate. If fire extinguishers like carbon dioxide is used as a fire extinguisher, sodium bicarbonate is also used as fire extinguisher. Okay. Main components in fire extinguishers. Is that over, guys?
Yes, sir.
This is about the sodium carbonate. Okay, is that over, guys? Now done
Yes,
first.
sir.
Next, some biological importance. With this, first group elements will complete. Now their biological importance will discuss. Okay, biological importance of first group elements. Okay, listen guys, one by one. First, I'll talk about sodium biological importance. It is mainly found in outside of cells. That means I'll write like this. It is mainly found in blood plasma, and it is mainly found in interstitial. Mainly found in interstitial fluid, and which surrounds the cells. that is the interstitial fluids. And it's another important is it is playing an important role in transmission of nerve signals. Transmission of nerve signals. Okay. Okay, this 2 or 3 important is over. Next to potassium. It is the most abundant. One important point of this is it's most abundant cations. Potassium ions you can take cations. Here also sodium ions. Most abundant cations within cell fluids. And they activate the enzyme. It is also helpful in activation of enzymes. Sodium is also helpful in activation of enzymes. And another important point of this is it participates in oxidation of glucose, oxidation of glucose to ATP. In that, potassium plays an important role. It is also plays an important role in transmission of nerve signals. So nerve signal is regulated by only 2 ions, sodium and potassium. It's also helpful in transmission of nerve signals. If somebody pinches you, the signal will come to your brain, right? That is regulated by sodium and potassium only. Then you, start feeling hit him back immediately, right? So that is nerve signals. So they're very fast, right? In fraction of seconds, you will get the signals. And here, potassium is also, so this is many times appeared in exam. It is also used in, helpful in blood clotting. That is also called as, technical term is coagulation of blood. Coagulation of blood is done by potassium ion. Okay, guys. Have you understood these things?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
So this is
Yes, sir.
about important biological properties of sodium and potassium, guys. With this, first year group elements is completed. First year group elements got completed. Okay. Here, the most important is blood plasma transmission of signals. Both the ions are helpful in that. And other one is blood clotting. That is nothing but coagulation of blood. This is biological term, coagulation. That means precipitation, nothing but. Okay, guys, note down these things. This first group elements got over. Tomorrow we'll start second group elements. So up to 10:30 you have class now, right? Chemistry.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what you do is you please go through the first year group elements notes. This complete notes you have to revise now. I'll come and ask
Okay,
you questions from this. Okay, you have to able to answer this.
Okay,
This
sir.
is about your complete first group elements. In today's session, we have done these things, right? From where? From here, salts of oxo acids.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all topics are fully covered from this chapter. You don't need to read the textbook now. Please go through our class notes only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next one. Okay, then I am signing off. Thank you all of you. Those who have
Thank you,
biology
sir.
class, they will attend biology. And remaining guys, you have to go through the first year group elements till 10:30. Okay,
Yes, sir.
girls and boys. Mm.
Okay,
Follow
sir.
my instructions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Shall I remove
Thank
this?
you, sir.
Thank
Shall I
you,
remove
sir.
this screen?
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Thank you guys and girls. Thank you all of you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.